Here we are, the final chapter, Chapter 18, PR, Public Relations, Influencer Marketing, and Corporate Advertising. So there is the layout of the text in total, and hopefully you're at a point now where you're maybe not an expert in advertising, but you're certainly more well-informed than you were before you started the class. Okay, let's talk about each of these topics in a little detail to get you rolling. Public relations, unpaid advertising. The reason PR people tend to be ex-media people, like newscasters and things, and they want to make big money, so they go into PR. It's projecting a public image and without paying for it's not paid advertising. PR can be very powerful because it's seen as more believable and trustworthy. And so, for example, PR would be the booze people saying don't overdrink of PR. Sponsoring a race or something like that. PR cuts across a lot of lines, like we talked about in event sponsorships and things. Being on the side of the environment, that PR move. Nothing escapes this definition. PR can be, but we can also use it to damage control if something goes wrong. If we make airplanes and an airplane crashes, we can be out ahead of it. Try to massage the public's view and how negative or positive they're going to hold the manufacturer, and it's a good way to protect yourself. PSAs, that I just talked about. It's a way to garner good feelings from our target market. So I'm not going to go through all these. We just be aware that because you're going to read the text. But PR is it's usually the domain of bigger companies, but small companies can certainly benefit from understanding the benefit that public relations planning can be for them. Even in a small town, small business can do, pretty important things. Objectives for PR, just that, promote goodwill. The image, your reputation, it's brand supporting. Promote a product or service. The news, we released a new location, a new product, a new service, a new method. You got a patent on something. It's something that, and the media picks this up for free because it's newsworthy. So again, it affects their target market as well. So how do we get this, disseminate or get the information out and correcting misinformation within a firm? That's another domain of PR, and it can be highly effective, but it needs to be done well. So tools, strong press release, meaning what somebody else is going to read it. You might release it, but they're going to comment on it. It can be well done. Typically, if it's a hostile audience and you've got bad news, you lead off with, you kind of cushion the blow. You don't lead off with the bad news. You say, we work hard to be safe, but this happened. We're doing everything we can to mitigate the damage, and so on. So, when or where or if the news will pick this up is anybody's guess, and they can interpret these things. So journalists are free to edit or interpret a news release however their little heart desires. And it might not be anywhere near the truth. So you're a little bit at the mercy of the people that are out there, and they may or may not be on your side. Proactive strategy, you want to get ahead of potentially negative things. Like here they're talking about, I believe, biotech, GMO, genetically modified food or seeds or whatever. It's a way to manage your image in the market or your brand. It can be very important. So you don't want to be reactive. So reactive is a different thing. It happened, now you got to do something about it. You can't anticipate everything, but A PR audit is sometimes a good idea. You look for vulnerabilities. Where are you? Where could the problem arise? Bad news is bad news, and it might affect your stock price and sales and everything else. Influencer marketing and social media or PR strategy. Influencers can help you out greatly because it's their job, quote unquote, to influence their audience. And if you can get a hold of them, and I'm not sure whether you'd pay them or not, probably, but to have them consider or get a favorable ear to let you say your piece in the way you want to. And it gives them something to talk about. Influencer categories: nano influencers, nano would be very small groups, micro would be a little bit bigger, macro would be big, and mega celebrity influencers are out there. I'm not so familiar with kind of the current ones in pretty much any area, but they're there. If I sat and thought about it, I could probably think of some, but you're probably more familiar with that. It's anybody you follow. Okay, and then there are just various adaptations or adaptations. Publicity stunts is one you may have heard of, where you do something to get, create buzz, create, hey, did you see that? Did you hear that? Something new and something to talk about. The FTC requires that free samples or payments made to influencers must be disclosed. So you gotta tell people they're a paid spokesperson. Corporate advertising, build the image of the firm. It's sort of they call it brand building. Most big companies out there, whether they sell to the public or not, have a website that talks about what they do, how they do it, how they treat their employees. Views on social, political, environmental issues. Be careful with that one. Make sure you make a really good product first and then decide whether you want to get involved in political issues and things, because it would be my recommendation for any company, or most any company, to steer clear of political involvement, because it's a double-edged sword. There's always people against something. So you don't want to offend your target market. But it can be very helpful if done in the right way. Again, know your target market. Types of corporate advocacy, cause-related. Again, influence public opinion on issues of concern to a firm. You'll see it during elections. You'll see it, if you just pay attention a little bit, you'll see it. It's pretty much everywhere. Okay, I think that probably that gets you going on that last chapter. Finish strong. We're just about done with the course. So again, finish well. Make sure you get everything done, and look forward to reading your final work.